Ryan Poles apparently told people that he was very close to drafting J.J. McCarthy over Caleb Williams. No mention of Jayden Daniels. Okay, so the two quarterbacks everybody's unsure of from that class, Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy, he loved both. And it's weird because I said, I mean, we could go find it in our archive. It's somewhere out there. I said before the draft, I was not a fan of J.J. McCarthy. He never played from behind. I saw him late in close games. I didn't think he was great. Can you play from behind? Can you play without a lead? Can you play without great protection? Can you play with the second best coach in the game? Jayden Daniels did his entire career at Arizona State and LSU. J.J. McCarthy never proved that at Michigan. He had Harbaugh. That Michigan team that won the national titles, one of the best college football teams, top to bottom talent-wise in the last 10 years. So Jayden Daniels was more productive in college. He's a much better athlete. He threw 2 times as many touchdown passes and the same number of picks. In fact, J.J. McCarthy is the first-round quarterback taken since Christian Ponder that never had a 3,000-yard passing season in college and no 500-yard rushing seasons. But I also said that, and I said this before the draft, I said, Jayden Daniels is going to go to Washington, number 2. I was told that. We beat everybody on that by about 2 weeks. And I said he's going to look like Lamar Jackson. He'll be better in the pocket as a rookie than Lamar Jackson, but he won't be quite as electric as a runner. Check, check. I didn't think it was a hard comp. I thought it was an easy one. But all you had to do was minimal homework to figure out he was much more NFL ready than J.J. McCarthy. And here's 2 stats. In fourth quarter in their college career, Jayden Daniels was unbelievable, arguably in a better conference. 65% completion percentage to 56 for J.J. McCarthy. 3 times as many yards, 3 times as many total touchdowns in the fourth quarter in his college career. Oh, by the way, that's what Jayden was as a rookie in the NFL. A great, bizarrely accomplished fourth quarter quarterback. Okay, how about trailing in the fourth or overtime? That's the NFL. No blowout wins. That's the NFL. Jayden Daniels was a significantly better quarterback trailing in college. Total touchdowns, 19-3. Doubles him in everything. Just minimal homework. You knew he was a better athlete by watching. You didn't have to go scout him at the games. You knew he was better in terms of production.
Okay. Going through this clip, and I'm like, I don't know what video I'm making here. Seriously, I'm like, am I making this into a J.J. McCarthy clip? Like, am I talking about the Chicago Bears here? Like, and Caleb Williams and you know, the organization of Chicago? Am I just going to make a video praising Jayden Daniels? And I got to go with my gut here. You know, I got to go with what I know best, honestly. What I'm the most confident in. And it's that Jayden Daniels is elite. Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, Jayden Daniels is special. I mean, the reality is all this stuff that we're doing here, you could do that over Caleb Williams. So, but yet nobody, let's not get it twisted. Nobody was talking about Jayden Daniels really going number 1 overall. Cliff Kingsbury apparently was really pounding the table and saying Jayden. So it would be interesting. If the Chicago Bears got Cliff Kingsbury, would they have had the confidence to get Jayden Daniels? I think Dan Orlovsky talked about Jayden Daniels, that he should be number 1. I think. I'm not 100% positive, but let's not pretend like it was like a common conversation. If anything, it was like more people who were just trying to talk and stir up draft talk. Because I'm pretty confident that if the Chicago Bears went out and got Jayden Daniels, it would be a melt. It would have been like, did they make a mistake? Oh my god. You know, like it would have been so much more in the negative than the positive. There's not a single doubt in my mind. And even when Jayden Daniels got drafted to the Commanders, let's not act like there was confetti falling from the sky and it was like, oh my god, the Commanders got their quarterback of the future. It's over. The pain and suffering is done. We're finally turning the corner. Like, that wasn't the conversation either. and the world even needed to be sold on the Cliff Kingsbury Jayden Daniels combo. And again, I was the one on the forefront. I was the one that was like, this is gonna work, this is gonna work, this is gonna work. I'm so excited to see Jayden and Cliff Kingsbury together. And I'm not doing a victory lap there. I've already done plenty of victory laps on Jayden Daniels. But I think the thing that I want to highlight, and I will probably make this into a separate I think maybe a separate Chicago Bears video, I suppose, is that like it was the general consensus that Caleb Williams is the number one overall pick. That it was the Caleb sweepstakes. It was not the Jayden Daniels sweepstakes. Well, it certainly wasn't the JJ McCarthy sweepstakes. It wasn't the Penix, the Bo Nix. Like, it was Caleb Williams. In fact, the whole offseason and leading up into the draft, it was Caleb. The closest we got to not that was, should the Bears keep Justin Fields and trade Caleb Williams because they'll get such a haul that they'll be able to build a stacked roster around Justin Fields, and he hasn't had a good roster and blah, 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 and not a good offensive coordinator, and now they're getting him apparently a good offensive coordinator, and they're getting him a stacked roster, and he'll be great. Like, that was the closest that they got to having the conversation of, like, not having Caleb Williams there. But, like, just because Jayden Daniels has been historic and elite and special, I don't remember the many videos where people were talking about Jayden Daniels, that the Chicago Bears should be drafting Jayden. The main conversation was Caleb or trade the pick and get Justin and get a stacked team, stacked draft picks for Justin Fields. That was the main conversation. So we don't have to have revisionist history there. I'm consuming all these clips and whatnot. But it is. I mean, like, Jayden Daniels is special. That much is very obvious. And I think it almost does this a disservice by looking at even just like stats like this. Because these are all obviously great. And it's just like, it's also not, it's like not even fair to even just JJ McCarthy because of what he was asked to do with this team, what the team was around him. It's just like, the total yards in the fourth quarter. Well, like the Michigan and Harbaugh didn't need that from JJ McCarthy, and that's fine. The way how they ran their offense directly led to a national championship. So there's no real reason to pull JJ McCarthy down. But we can still be impressed with everything Jayden Daniels did. And it's kind of funny because this actually kind of echoes what my take is for the Commanders as a whole with Jayden Daniels, where I'm like, I don't want to see amazing fourth quarter stats. I don't want to see all these come from behind wins. I don't want to see, some of the other crazy stuff that Jayden Daniels did over this course. It's like of his rookie year. It's like, I want to see less than that because they should be winning more. In all these one-score games, it's like they should be less in one-score game. They should be in less one-score games overall. And also, I want to see if they are in some of these one-score games, it's more because now, and they win. It's not because Jayden Daniels had to have like these heroics. It was because, the defense now is just stopping them, for the Commanders. And now at a minimum, Jayden Daniels just has to take a knee. Like, you don't even need a first down, or at most you just need one first down. And it's like, all right, now the game's over, right? Like a different style of winning those one score games. And it's just like, so I want to see these numbers, and obviously I know this is college now, but it's like, for his career, I want to see those things go down and whatnot. They're always fun individually, and they're definitely fuel for when you're trying to have, like, who's the best quarterback in the NFL? Who's better, Tom Brady or Eli Manning, or whatever. Obviously not Eli Manning. I don't know where that came from. But, like, those types of conversations, absolutely. But when you're looking at it through the franchise eyes, through the eyes of the team, and you're trying to win Super Bowls and do that, they're different conversations. That is something that I learned without a doubt, reading the comments and having these conversations with this channel, is just the differences of how people view things through a quarterback lens and through a team lens. And they are really night and day different conversations, night and day. And so I like to look things more from the franchise perspective than an individual perspective, just because it's just like, to me, that's what it's more about. But it's still fun to also look at it through an individual perspective as well. But yeah, I mean, this is just this just turns into an excuse to be like, I don't really know what this video is, so like, let's just praise Jayden Daniels and what the Washington Commanders have done. And I mean, listen, to me, it was a little bit easier of a decision to draft Jayden number 2 once Caleb Williams was picked. But like, I can't say. I know we'll have a little bit of revisionist history here because it's kind of hard not to. But like, if the Commanders had the number 1 pick, like, I don't know. And I know Cliff Kingsbury again reportedly was like Jayden Daniels. And I don't know if the Commanders were either flirting with another quarterback or if they were number 1, if they had the number 1 pick, would they be listening to Cliff Kingsbury, who they just hired now, right? Like, he's not like he's been part of this franchise for years and he's got this great track. Like, I don't know. If they had the number 1 overall pick, would they have drafted Jayden Daniels? It's easy to say yes now. It's very easy. And you could probably even find certain reports of that being the case. And it's just like, I don't know if I believe it at this point. Because again, it's very easy to say that. It's very easy to say that, to be like, I told you Jalen Hurts could be a Super Bowl winning MVP. I told you Jayden Daniels was going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. It's like, it's really easy to say those things after it's been proven true. And then the truth just gets murkier and murkier. Which is what's cool about having like an actual written audio video record of like certain takes that, are out there. And so it'll always be funny to me when someone will come to me and be like, you didn't know Cliff Kingsbury was going to be a good coordinator. And it's like, here's the link to a video that I made in June. Okay. You tell me what I didn't say then. You go watch that video and tell me how confident I was about that, about that relationship, or when I told you that Jayden Daniels was going to ball out and was going to have his NFL coming out party against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football. And that ended up being true. That in the middle of the season when they were talking about making certain trades, that I said this Washington Commanders team feels that they can make a true playoff run, and that an NFC championship is in the running. When they ended up getting I forget whoever they got on defense, it slipped my mind right now. And I was like, that's what this signals to me. Like, that is what's at stake right now. It's like, we can't go all in on the Super Bowl because that's asking a lot. But I was like, clearly a real run is here. And they get to the NFC Championship game. But again, I'm not trying to do any victory laps, I swear. But yeah, I don't think it's fair to. At the end of it, though, I don't think it's fair to even put like graphics like this up right now, because it's just two completely different style teams asking them to do completely different things for their offense and whatnot. And we know in the NFL you can win different ways. And yeah, I just that's not the argument that I would make right now, personally. But yeah, and I'll make a separate Chicago Bears video about that. At least I think. I don't know. But yeah, this take took a different turn than when I was trying to queue up a clip, and I see it's it was like when it was a different clip, and it came up at the bottom where it was like coming up Bears reportedly were going to take, we're close taking JJ over Caleb. I was like, what is this take now? And then it would just like take like an immediate turn to Jayden Daniels, and it's like, oh wow, this is what the heck are we doing here now? So this threw me off guard, honestly. The whole time he's talking, I'm just like, oh, what's the take here? Is it about JJ McCarthy? Am I making a Minnesota Vikings video? Am I making a Commanders video? Or am I making a Bears video? Well, Commanders get first billing. So you get a Commanders video and a Jayden Daniels video. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about everything that was said? I mean, honestly, however you want to take it, feel free. But let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.